Yet even that idea is largely rejected and is still highly unpopular. As human societies now move towards merging together and becoming more interdependent with each other, wars, struggles and ancient animosities are rising between them. However, your nations will join because they must. It is your destiny. It is your evolution. You will do it or perish. Therefore, the need is greater than the resistance. Preparation for the greater community is being offered for several reasons, some of which are not so obvious. What is obvious is that you need to prepare for the greater community. What is not obvious is that the preparation itself will enable you to contend with the problems inherent in your own world, problems that have become severe and global in nature. You need a greater community way of knowledge to see what you have to accomplish and to be challenged to accomplish it. You need a greater community way of knowledge in order to remain a self-determined race, or else you will fall under the control of an alien society. Your self-determination is important here, for it guarantees you a future where the greater aspects of your nature can emerge and take precedence over your more animal instincts. Such is the promise of life in your world. However, having promise does not guarantee a successful result. That is why you have allies within the world, within the greater community and beyond all the physical manifestations of life. God is not preoccupied with the workings of this one world. God is not preoccupied with your success or your failure. But God has set into motion that which gives you the greatest possibility for success. When people say, well, my scripture says that God appeared before this man, and God appeared at the edge of the desert, and God parted the sea, they are talking about the unseen ones. God does not come to the world. God has never been to the world. God is everywhere. Only a tiny God could come to the world, show up, make things happen, appear before certain individuals and speak to the prophets. Only a small God could come to your house. And it is a small God. It is God's messengers, who are part of God. In the greater community, the understanding of God is so much greater. In the greater community, you don't sit and say, well, when is God going to come to my house? When is God going to give me some attention? When is God going to come and take care of my situation? When is God going to come and work out this problem that I am facing? You cannot think like that in the greater community, for life is too big. Go out on a clear night and look up. Your destiny is there. Your difficulties are there. Your opportunities are there. Your redemption is there. To successfully survive and advance in the greater community, you must become unified as a race, and you must preserve your environment, no matter what the cost. It must be done because it is your evolution and destiny. It won't happen because you want it. It will happen because it must be done. Everything that happens in life happens because it must, not because someone wanted it to. Things that happen because someone wanted them to have no permanency. They are temporary. Yes, you can make a splash in the water, but your splash will be forgotten very quickly. Yes, you can have an impact on your physical environment, but over the span of time your mark on the world will be lost and forgotten. Yet your influence and development and knowledge will not be forgotten, for the results of knowledge are permanent. Its results are for everyone. Even though in the course of your life you may only meet certain people and communicate to certain individuals, you are giving something into the mental and physical environment for everyone here. You are also giving something into the greater community. With every individual and group of individuals in the greater community who can receive your gift, knowledge becomes stronger in the greater community. It becomes stronger with your development and your accomplishment. And it becomes weaker without it. As you go beyond the boundaries of your world, both physically and in terms of your awareness, you enter a larger arena of life made up of greater opposing forces. Like a little child who peers out from the front door into the street and imagines what it must be like out there, you look up at the stars and you imagine what is going on out there. Everything looks so vacant and empty, so distant and so impersonal. Yet there is a great deal going on out there even though the distances are vast. And unless you go to an area where a great deal of commerce is being carried on, you will not meet many others. The world you live in, however, is not in some remote or distant corner of the universe that no one has ever been to. In fact, your world really is not that remote at all. Few races have had occasion or the need to come here, but your world has been visited throughout its history, sometimes even very frequently, as it is now. Yet now you are being scrutinized by several different groups for different reasons. There is a great deal of planning going on about how to influence humanity, how to use humanity, how to take advantage of the world's wonderful natural resources, how to develop humanity according to the political aim of one or two other races, and how to prevent humanity from falling into an enemy's camp. Your isolation is over. The implications for this are awesome, perhaps terrible, perhaps wonderful. This gives humanity what it needs right now, which is a big collective problem. It gives you who are reading this book a sober view into your life and into your future. It calls upon a greater incentive within you to enable you to develop and to find your purpose, for you have come to serve this world at this time. It is not an accident that you came at this time and to this place. You came here to assist in some specific way the world's emergence into the greater community, because this is the biggest thing that is happening here. This is the most consequential event in human history. This will change your thoughts, your priorities, your institutions, and eventually even your religions, for they were made for humans alone and cannot entertain the scope of the greater community. In the greater community, God is knowledge, because God cannot be localized. God cannot be the resident of one world. God cannot give priority to one world. God is everywhere. How can you have a personal religion, like you have in the world, without God being localized? In the greater community, then, God is knowledge. Knowledge is that part of God that works within the individual, initiating great relationships between individuals and setting into motion activities that contribute to the well-being of the race to which those individuals belong. Beyond this, knowledge contributes to the well-being of all races, such as at the level of the harem. Do not think that this sounds too great for you to consider. You need to think of these things now. Do not return to your safe little familiar ideas and activities. Life is calling you. It is calling you to consider greater things and to call upon a greater power within yourself, which will enable you to learn greater things and to achieve greater things. Return to your individual life, but with a greater awareness, a greater discernment, and the need to understand things on a larger scale. Life is working here in spite of human goals, plans and motivations. Life is bringing humanity into the greater community because that is humanity's evolution. Yet how this will be achieved and what its results will largely be determined by human response and responsableness, or responsibility. You are the race that is being discovered. Therefore, you are the race that needs to be prepared. To serve you, there are races in the greater community who can respond to the harem and who are influenced by them. They do not represent military forces or world governments necessarily. They are your potential allies, but they cannot become directly involved at this time. You have the possibility for great friendships as well as great allies. Yet you have not gone far enough into the greater community, either mentally or physically, to see what exists there. However, you have the possibility of having great friends if you can be pure of heart and if you can focus your service not only on meeting the needs of humanity but on developing relationships with other races. These great friends come with good intentions, not to exploit you, not to control you, not to gain access to your resources, not to influence your development, not to colonize you and not to take you over. Can you have this same approach with them? Given current human behavior and understanding, the possibility does exist, but it is improbable that this will be your emphasis once you are able to travel beyond the boundaries of your world. There are greater community forces even in your solar system who are planning defenses against this occurring. They can keep you from venturing very far without a great deal of effort on their part. You need knowledge to see, to know what to do and to do what you know. You need to develop in the greater community way of knowledge. That is why this must be the primary emphasis for you. Let fear not be your motivation. Let wishful thinking not be your motivation. Let knowledge itself be your motivation. Fear will not prepare you. Wishful thinking will not prepare you. Saying everything will be wonderful or saying everything will be disastrous will not prepare you. You must prepare. Let knowledge motivate you. Let your deeper sense of what is right and correct motivate you. Nothing is being asked of you except to receive the gift of knowledge that is being given to your world through this teaching. We honor the one who has received this, who has made this possible for you. However, this is a gift that must also be given by you. Do not exploit it. Do not try to use it for your personal advantage. Do not try to become a master and appoint yourself the right to interpret the greater community way of knowledge for others unless we have given you this right. To achieve this you must be very advanced, which you are not. Remember, we are the unseen ones, and this gift we give to serve you, to prepare you, to enable you and to direct you because God is at work in the world.